With so much software available in the short-term rental industry these days, it's increasingly difficult to keep up to date with what's on the market and to determine whether it's a maybe or a must-have for you and your business. So meet one provider each week in a short interview, learning what they do and what they offer. So if you have around 15 minutes to spare, it could prove to be a very good investment to stick around. So let's see who and what is out there, one by one, with me, Deborah Larby, also known as the Guest Inspector. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Techsplained with the Guest Inspector. There are a lot of moving parts to running your vacation rental business, lots of different aspects. Staff are a vital part of this machine, and even more so are the cleaners. In fact, the success of your business is in the hands of your cleaners. Unclean properties receive bad reviews, which means less bookings, and it becomes a business nightmare. Scheduling them, knowing they've been on site, discovering whether they've done a great job, and even paying them. There's a lot that takes trust and time. And the bigger your business, the more the time. Until now, today's guest will give you back that time. Today, I'm chatting with Wolf from TurnoverBNB. Hello, Wolf. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Deborah.
Thanks for coming on. Oh, my pleasure. Yeah. Thanks for joining me. We're going to jump straight into it, Wolf. Can you please tell me, in one sentence, what does TurnoverBNB do?
TurnoverBNB offers actually two distinct services. The main one being scheduling your cleaning, and automating your cleaning, which includes scheduling your cleaners.
And what was the second one?
The second one is our hidden secret, but it's actually outgrown our automation of cleaning. We have a global marketplace that has been built organically of experienced short-term rental cleaners.
Fantastic.
It's really taken off, and obviously we're filling a need that we didn't expect to.
That's great. Okay, so I'm a property manager. I'm coming to you. I'm signing up for your service. What is the process? How do I come on board, and what exactly do I get?
You know, there's two ways to do it. There's the web application. You know, we have a lot of originally we have a lot of hosts with 1, 2, 3, 4 units. They realize, oh wow, I got to start simplifying or automating, because this is just a lack of a better words, a time suck. And let's be more efficient. So they can do that right online and have an account and work through their iCal in terms of us pulling the reservations data to help automate their cleanings. Many property managers who use a PMS system, we are integrated with, I would say, 80% of property management systems around the world. So that makes it much easier. It's a few clicks, your properties are downloaded, and it's very much automated after that. So it just depends on if you're working with a PMS or not.
Now, you said a web app. So is there a dashboard on the computer and a web app, so you can choose which one you're going to work with, or obviously they'd both be connected, right?
Yeah, they are, and you can log in online. Especially like the marketplace is easy. Click and put your address in. Could be the first time, very simple. But of course, we have an app for your phone. We have an app which is slightly different for cleaners' phones as well, on the cleaning side, on the scheduling side.
So once I've connected up with my PMS, so then what happens? A booking comes in. And then how do you take over?
Once you're connected with your PMS, which by the way takes, I wouldn't say seconds, but almost. Once a booking comes in, literally with a minute, we automate and pull that reservations data. And then from there, any cleaners you have directly assigned to work, or perhaps because we have a lot of features and settings, let them choose to accept a job, even if it's two Christmases down the road. We know now in advance that helps out with scheduling. They can turn it down. We have a settings. We have a backup cleaner. So it's very, very simple. It probably takes 45 seconds to get properly integrated, or to get properly engaged once the integration has been taken place.
So that means once the booking is in, the cleaning for the end of that booking is already booked in.
Absolutely.
And I can then use my own cleaners, or I can use cleaners from the marketplace, from the local area.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then how does it work for the cleaners? How do let's say I have a team of cleaners that I always use. How did those cleaners come on board in terms of getting these notifications then?
Basically, once you're in the system, you send a message internally through text message, or they'll receive through text message or email, say, hey, we're now using TurnoverBNB to make both of our lives simple, and they'll accept it. There'll be a code attached to the account, and they're automatically in the system under that property manager's name. Really easy.
So so once the booking goes through and they've got the cleaning notification, they accept it. So I have peace of mind that that cleaning is going to be looked after.
Yes, yeah, you'll get the sort of so-called copied on all the you'll have the same access to the same information. It just depends on your settings. You may want to direct assign them, so they have to take it. For example, if they're full-time employees, if you're larger PMS as opposed to perhaps contract workers, automatically they know and they can build out their schedule, which basically makes it more efficient when you have, perhaps it's a Saturday and a holiday period where you know you're going to have a lot during that day. Yeah.
And you've got a pool of cleaners. I like that idea from the marketplace.
Yeah, me too. I think it's brilliant.
All right. Now, how does it work then in terms of pricing? So let's say I have a cleaner. She charges me, let's say, $150 for this particular property. And let's say they can't do that job. And then I'm going to take a cleaner from the pool. How does the different pricing work when a cleaning job goes out?
Well, it's a bidding process is what it is. First of all, the cleaners are all vetted that they have to have and prove to us that they have short-term rental experience. Secondly, we do a background check, and then we go towards the details of do they have liability insurance, because these are all, it's the first time. We want to make sure that there's a minimum level of professionalism. And so when your first trial, for example, you're a smaller property manager, you put in the address, approximate number of bedrooms, bathrooms, etc. Should take you less than a minute. And then the bidding will start, and then you'll see it's really up to that cleaner how much they will charge per project. We call cleans a project, or per hour.
Right. And how does it work then with the per hour? How do I know at the end of the clean? How do I know how much that job's going to cost?
They'll bid it. They'll have an idea. It'll take 2 hours.
Okay.
You suspect it'll take 2 or 3 hours. The first time on the first unit, there's probably a slight gamble. But if you manage that particular property for a number of years, you'll know approximately how much it takes to clean. And I think both parties have been pretty good. And once you're connected with them, you can keep that engagement with that cleaner. You train them how you want. It's fairly open once you've had that initial connection.
So for the peace of mind about the cleaning, I believe that the cleaner has to check in that they're on site. They check out. Do they take photos? What that whole process of cleaning and me having peace of mind that it's being done. What happens then? What do I see?
There are all those options. One good thing about TurnoverBNB is we have probably one of the largest development teams in the industry. I have to say that. I mean, there's a few biggies,
lucky
but,
you.
We're getting there. But that just allows for all these features and benefits and settings. So that's really up to the property manager. Yes, documents, photos. It's your first time turning over this bed. This is how we like to see it done. And it's all sort of automated in communication when the job is complete. On that note, we have something called checklists. We have thousands of so-called I wouldn't call them work orders, but checklists of all the details how you like to have that particular home or your entire portfolio cleaned. And that's all within the system. And that can change if you all of a sudden, if you're doing apartments, and then all of a sudden you bring in some big single family dwellings, you can adjust that accordingly. And we have thousands of examples of professional checklists you can take from as well to make it easier for the newer people in the industry.
And so the cleaners, once they've done the job, we can set it so they take photos to show that the job is done and it looks great, and we can have peace of mind that it's ready for the next guest. And they sign out, so we know it's done and it's ready.
Correct.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool. Okay.
And then from there on, the payment is also over the marketplace is also automatically paid based on payment information that we receive from the property manager or host. And if there is ever a problem, by the way, in a new cleaner marketplace, we can void a payment. I've been asked that before, so I thought it'd be worthwhile mentioning today. It rarely happens because they're already at a sort of a minimum standard to be even a part of the marketplace. Yeah.
Now, how do the automatic payments work? Is it once the cleaner said, I finished the job, that it releases the payment, or
correct?
Once, so that finish. Okay, that does it.
Yeah.
Now,
that's how that works in the marketplace.
Right.
And I think there's up to about 4 or 5 days to void that.
Yeah.
So you have that protection, especially if it's the first time.
And what about if I'm using my own team of cleaners, not my staff, but a team that I use regularly? Can I do it so that they get paid once a week or once a month? Are there different settings for that, or is it straight after the clean it gets paid?
There are settings for that. And there's even settings for, if you've asked the cleaner to pick up something that was broken or some, cleaners, whatnot, you can add a manual payment at any time for any amount.
Yeah, that's great.
With notes. So
yeah. And we can set it so there's a price per clean or there's a price per hour.
Correct. On the marketplace bidding side, yeah.
Right. And can you use TurnoverBNB without the automatic payments and just use it as a scheduling tool?
You definitely can.
Okay, that sounds very good.
Now, are you signing up or no?
I'll tell you, this would have relieved a big headache for me. I'm a retired property manager now, but I definitely would have used it.
It took more time to organize cleaning than it did to actually make a really lucrative booking, for sure.
Exactly. So what would you say is your unique selling point?
I think we have a couple. Well, first of all, the whole everything we do is in multiple languages. So we have English, Spanish, Portuguese, and French at the moment for the scheduling app, and that's great because some markets, not all cleaners speak English. So this is very helpful. And then we're not always in the strongest English speaking markets as well. And we're adding Italian and German probably early Q4, if not late Q3. So I think that's really key because that really helps and simplifies it. It's that type of industry where we need to be flexible with that. And I think I mentioned that we have over 50 plus developers on our team full time, and that just creates the opportunity to be a little bit more nimble as we grow when new needs come up. We used to just work with hosts, like with 1, 2, 3, 4 units. Now we work with some of the largest property management companies in the world. So we have the flexibility to work on both sides. We're not just limited or won't just work with enterprise, for example.
Yeah, that's great. Now, why use your products? Time saving is the biggest one. I'm going to answer that for you. But any other reasons why someone would use your product?
That's why I would use it, and I think also the cost. If you come in with 1 or 2 units, actually, if you have 1 unit, it's free. You go to 2, you start paying. But it's the hard cost is $8 US a month per unit. I mean, I think it's just, to me, the value is there to save time. I did a survey a few months ago, and we saved a few months ago, 6 months ago, we saved between 12 and 17 hours per property manager who had come on in the last year. This is what they tell us. So we have very few that jump off. So I think you've hit it on the head. It's really the saving time.
Yeah. And I was going to talk about the pricing. And I think that having that one free property free is great because it really gives you an opportunity to test it out, see the benefits, and then start adding your portfolio, adding more and more. So I think that's really nice. Yeah, really nice having that one free property. Now, white labeling. With the app that the cleaners are seeing, are they seeing my brand or yours?
They do see TurnoverBNB.
Yeah.
So it can't. I mean, we're not at that stage. We haven't done that yet. I think the strength is in engaging with partners in industry is the integration that we do, because we don't go after the property managers directly. I mean, we do get a lot that do come, but we prefer to work with our partners. So
yeah, look, I suppose they're not the guests, so they don't really need to be, to see your brand. I mean, this is back of house kind of app, so it doesn't really have to be white labeled.
Correct.
Yeah. So who is your target audience? What sort of size company or how many properties?
Well, we originally started the first few years. By the way, it started by 2 gentlemen American gentlemen in Hawaii who had their own Airbnbs and realized they needed to work a bit more efficiently. Has been hosts, and I call hosts 1 to 12 units, and that's still probably more than half of the business. But that's changed a lot to the last probably 15 months. So I would say we're probably stronger with small to medium-sized property management companies. It's just been that way, but there's no real reason why others can't work with us. But it's just kind of been our organic focus or organic type of client.
Yeah. And we're just going to touch on pricing again. So the first property listed is free, and then every other
property. One free.
Yes, the first one.
And
And then after that, every other property is a monthly fee. It doesn't matter how many bookings go through. It's just a monthly flat rate.
correct. You're paying per unit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
And if I have like 50 units, that's a sliding scale coming down?
It can be. Yeah, we're flexible. We want to work with people. No, for sure.
Of course.
The marketplace is priced differently.
Mhm.
So we charge a 5% of the clean fee. If the cleaning fee is $60 or €60, it's
Mhm.
going to be $3 or €3.
Mhm.
And by the way, that includes if you're paying by credit card, so you have a company credit card or even a personal credit card that you want to make your payments that way. That includes the payment processing fee, which is 3% for a credit card. So it's really only costing 2% to have a new experienced cleaner. I think that's pretty good value.
I have a question about this marketplace. So let's say I use a cleaner from the marketplace and I'm paying 5%, but let's say I want them to be a regular cleaner for me. Do they move over to become my staff, or do they always stay as part of the marketplace?
No, that we would love them to move over as long as you're using our the application.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the
but
prices,
we keep it all within the system, then obviously.
But just the price changes then. So if they're marketplace, they're 5%, and if they come over to regular staff, they become a bit cheaper. The transaction fee is a bit cheaper.
It's always up to the it's all sorry, the transaction fee. Yeah, we haven't cross-checked with that, so I need to confirm a few things, but
that's all right. That's all right
on that. But yeah, I mean, well, to really generalize your answer, the pricing always comes down to the cleaner.
Yeah.
Initially.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, is there a contract? Once I sign up with you, do I have to stick with you? How long do I have to stick with you?
No, I mean, you get there's a year prepay in advance. There's a slight discount, which goes down to $6 per unit if you pay in advance for a year. So that's the only kind of contract we have.
Okay,
so
but I can sign up with you and I can get off in a month if I've decided to retire.
Absolutely. Nice problem to have. Gladly be happy that we partook in your successful retirement.
And now, are we winding up now? Is there anything that I haven't asked that you think we should know about?
No, I mean, we're a very global company. We operate. Most of our team is in the United States. We have a large team in Brazil and Argentina. Myself, I'm most of the time in Canada. We also have just started with 2 people in France. So we have lots of ambition, more in the UK, France, and Spain as we grow. So we're becoming global, and I think that just also helps with our marketplace and helps as we continue to add languages. So I think you'll see and hear from us a lot more in the near future.
Yes, I forgot to mention about that marketplace. I did see you have cleaners in Sydney. If only I was still managing. Yes. So you're expanding. So you're going to, this marketplace is going to continue to grow. That's really great.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've actually slowed it down a little. Our Miami office can only take on 1,000 new cleaners a month. I think that's a lot, but we've had to slow it down. No, but it's just grow. It's just, I think it's since COVID, it's just taken off. So great.
Yes.
Everybody wins, right?
Now, speaking of COVID, did I see something about a cleaning badge? Was there some sort of COVID cleaning badge on your website?
Yeah, there's that opportunity, and that's really a lot. Like in the marketplace, it's up to the cleaners.
Yeah.
They've got, some have $2 million liability.
Yeah.
Others have better business bureaus. Some are small incorporated companies. I think all that values, and there's also, well, these days there's all sorts of COVID testing or education.
Yeah.
And so some of those you'll probably see that for sure.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Well, we've come to the end of our interview. Thank you so much for your time, Wolf. I'm going to pop, if you have any questions, you can pop them in the description in the comments below. And if you have any questions, or I'll put some links below as well. Wolf, thank you very, very much for your time. It's been great learning about TurnoverBNB.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Bye.